Hey you guys, it's Kim. Okay, not really, but totally channeling her vibes. So like, let's be real, no one wants to wake up at 2 a.m. with their leg feeling like it's doing CrossFit, especially our amazing seniors. That's why today, I'm breaking down the top 10 foods that actually help prevent leg cramps even at night. Like seriously, it's giving health goddess vibes, and we're all about that no cramp, full glam life heart eyes. So grab your tea, maybe a notepad or your assistant, and let's get into the foods that'll have you sleeping like a baby. Pain-free, let's go. Hydration plays a crucial role in preventing leg cramps, especially in seniors who are more susceptible to muscle spasms due to age-related changes in muscle mass, nerve function, and circulation. As the body ages, its ability to retain water and signal thirst effectively diminishes. This natural decline often leads to lower daily fluid intake, which can result in dehydration, a major trigger of painful leg cramps, particularly at night. Muscles require proper hydration to maintain their elasticity and function. When the body lacks sufficient fluids, it disrupts the balance of electrolytes like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, all of which are essential for smooth muscle contraction and relaxation. When these electrolytes become imbalanced due to dehydration, it can cause muscles to contract involuntarily, leading to the sudden sharp pain known as a cramp. One of the subtle challenges of dehydration in older adults is that many don't feel thirsty until they're already mildly dehydrated. This delayed signal makes it easy to go long periods without drinking enough water. Additionally, some seniors may avoid drinking water in the evening to reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom, unknowingly increasing their risk of nocturnal leg cramps. While limiting fluid intake before bed makes sense for bladder control, it's important to ensure that enough water is consumed throughout the day to maintain optimal hydration and support muscular health. Water acts as a transport medium for nutrients and electrolytes, so even if someone is eating all the right foods, the body can't effectively use those nutrients if it's running dry. The body's muscles are around 75% water. When they're properly hydrated, they're more flexible, better able to contract and relax smoothly, and less likely to seize up during rest or activity. Think of muscles like rubber bands. When they're hydrated, they're stretchy and functional. When they're dry, they become brittle and tight, making them more prone to cramping. For seniors who experience nighttime cramps, drinking water consistently during the day rather than all at once is one of the most simple yet overlooked preventive measures. Also, water-rich foods like cucumbers, watermelon, oranges, celery, and strawberries can contribute to hydration in a gentle and natural way. These foods are especially helpful for those who may not enjoy plain water or have difficulty drinking large amounts at once. It's not just plain water that helps either. Beverages like herbal teas, coconut water, or electrolyte-infused drinks can be useful, especially if someone is losing fluids through sweating, medication side effects, or health conditions that increase urination. However, it's also important to be mindful of drinks that can dehydrate the body, such as those high in caffeine or alcohol. Seniors should aim to replace these with more hydrating options whenever possible to avoid unintentionally contributing to muscle dehydration and imbalance. Moreover, some medications taken by seniors, such as diuretics or blood pressure pills, can lead to increased urination and fluid loss, which means the need for hydration becomes even more critical. In such cases, it's not just about how much water is consumed, but also how consistently it's maintained throughout the day. Medical conditions like diabetes, kidney issues, and heart problems may also alter fluid needs and require guidance from a healthcare provider. But in general, developing a habit of sipping water during meals, after waking up, and throughout the day can go a long way in supporting muscle health. For seniors prone to leg cramps, Maintaining hydration should be viewed not as a quick fix, but as a daily wellness habit. It's the foundation that supports all the other nutrients and strategies in preventing painful sleep, disrupting cramps. Potassium. Rich foods play a significant role in reducing leg cramps, especially in seniors, because potassium is one of the key electrolytes that helps regulate muscle contractions. This mineral works hand in hand with sodium to maintain a proper balance of fluids inside and outside of cells, ensuring that muscles contract and relax efficiently. When potassium levels are too low, this balance is disrupted, and the muscles may spasm or cramp, often without warning. Seniors are particularly at risk for potassium deficiency due to a variety of factors such as poor dietary intake, certain medications like diuretics, and age-related changes in kidney function that affect how the body retains and processes this vital nutrient. Potassium not only aids in muscle function, but also helps control the electrical activity of the heart and nerves. When the body's potassium level drops too low, a condition known as hypokalemia, it can result in muscle weakness, fatigue, and most commonly, painful cramps, especially in the legs and feet. These cramps often appear during rest or sleep, making them particularly frustrating and disruptive to seniors who already struggle with getting quality sleep. Even mild potassium deficiency can affect muscle performance and increase the likelihood of involuntary spasms. One of the easiest and most effective ways to support potassium levels in the body is through a potassium-rich diet. Bananas are the most well-known source, but there are many other excellent foods that are just as, or even more, beneficial. Sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, white beans, and dried apricots are all high in potassium and provide a nutrient-dense option for those looking to prevent cramps naturally. Potatoes with their skins, orange juice, cantaloupe, and yogurt are also commonly available and easy to incorporate into daily meals. For seniors, choosing foods that are soft, easy to digest, and rich in potassium can make a big difference in both muscle health and overall well-being. It's important to note that increasing potassium through whole foods is generally safe for most people, as the body can regulate potassium absorption through the digestive tract. However, potassium supplements should only be used under the supervision of a healthcare provider, especially for seniors with kidney issues or those taking medications that affect potassium levels. This is because excess potassium in the bloodstream can be dangerous and may lead to heart rhythm disturbances or other complications. That's why food is the preferred and safest way to improve potassium intake naturally. Many seniors unknowingly consume too much sodium while not getting enough potassium, and this imbalance can worsen muscle cramps. The modern diet often includes processed foods, which are high in sodium and low in potassium. Shifting to more fresh, whole foods helps not only correct this imbalance, but also supports other aspects of health, such as blood pressure, cardiovascular function, and energy levels. In fact, the DASH diet, commonly recommended to lower blood pressure, emphasizes potassium-rich foods for these very reasons. Staying consistent with potassium intake is key. It's not about eating one banana when a cramp appears, but rather maintaining a steady supply of potassium-rich foods each day. Seniors can benefit from including a variety of these foods in every meal, which not only helps prevent cramps, but also supports better digestion, reduced inflammation, and increased nutrient absorption. Making potassium a regular part of the diet rather than an occasional fix creates a long-term foundation for stronger muscles and fewer cramps, especially during rest or nighttime when these spasms are most likely to strike. By focusing on dietary sources of potassium, seniors can enjoy a natural, safe, and effective way to protect their muscles, improve comfort, and enhance their overall quality of life. Potassium-rich foods are essential in preventing and reducing leg cramps, especially among seniors whose bodies may be more prone to deficiencies due to age-related changes, medication use, and dietary habits. Potassium is one of the key electrolytes in the body that works to regulate muscle contractions, nerve function, and fluid balance. When potassium levels drop, even slightly, muscles can become irritable and more likely to contract involuntarily, resulting in painful cramps, particularly during the night when the body is at rest. These nighttime cramps are not only uncomfortable, but can significantly disturb sleep patterns, reduce mobility, and increase the risk of falls or injury, making potassium intake a critical factor in senior health. Aging often brings changes that reduce potassium levels in the body. For instance, kidney function tends to decline with age, and the kidneys are responsible for maintaining electrolyte balance, including potassium. Medications such as diuretics, which are commonly prescribed for high blood pressure and heart conditions, also flush potassium out of the body. Additionally, some seniors may experience a loss of appetite, difficulty chewing, or reduced digestive efficiency, all of which can limit the intake or absorption of potassium from food. Even those who eat regularly may not be consuming enough potassium-rich foods if their diets lean heavily on processed items, which are typically high in sodium and low in natural minerals. Potassium helps muscles contract and relax properly. When the body has an adequate supply, electrical signals pass smoothly through muscles and nerves. When it's deficient, the signaling is disrupted, causing muscles to seize up and cramp. The legs are particularly vulnerable because they are used constantly throughout the day and often experience reduced circulation at night. This makes it even more important to support them nutritionally. Many people associate potassium only with bananas, but there are numerous other foods that contain more potassium and are highly beneficial for seniors. Sweet potatoes, for example, are an excellent source and also provide fiber and vitamin A. Leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard not only deliver potassium, but also contain magnesium, another cramp-fighting mineral. Avocados are rich in healthy fats as well as potassium, making them ideal for heart and muscle health. White beans, lentils, and other legumes are also packed with potassium and protein, offering both muscle support and satiety. Yogurt and milk provide potassium along with calcium, making them a great choice for bone and muscle function. Oranges, cantaloupe, and dried fruits like prunes and apricots are naturally sweet ways to boost potassium levels. For seniors who struggle with solid food intake, smoothies made with these ingredients can be an easy and palatable alternative. Including a variety of these foods throughout the day helps maintain a consistent supply of potassium in the bloodstream, preventing sudden drops that may lead to cramps. Potassium intake must be balanced carefully, especially for seniors with kidney issues. Excess potassium in the blood, called hyperkalemia, can be dangerous. Therefore, it's always wise to consult a healthcare provider before making significant dietary changes or using potassium supplements. However, for most healthy seniors, dietary potassium is safe and beneficial, and it rarely leads to excess levels when consumed through food. It's also important to remember that potassium works best in the context of overall nutrition. Hydration, magnesium, and calcium all support the body's use of potassium. Without enough water, for example, potassium can't be transported efficiently through the body, reducing its effectiveness. Incorporating potassium-rich foods into daily meals is a proactive way to support muscle health and reduce the risk of cramps. A breakfast of yogurt with sliced banana, a lunch with leafy greens and beans, and a dinner with roasted sweet potatoes can make a big difference. By focusing on whole, natural foods, seniors can build a diet that supports not only muscle relaxation, but also overall vitality, energy, and long-term wellness. Magnesium plays a vital role in muscle function and overall nerve health, making it one of the most important nutrients for preventing leg cramps, especially in seniors. As people age, their bodies tend to absorb nutrients less efficiently, and magnesium is no exception. A deficiency in magnesium can directly affect the way muscles contract and relax, which can lead to sudden, painful cramping, often in the legs and feet during the night. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium blocker, helping muscles relax after contracting. Without enough magnesium, the muscles may remain in a state of tension, which can result in spasms or cramping that interrupts sleep and causes discomfort throughout the day. One of the reasons magnesium deficiency is so common in older adults is due to the interaction between magnesium and certain medications. Diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and some antibiotics can reduce magnesium levels over time. Seniors who have chronic conditions like diabetes or gastrointestinal disorders, such as Crohn's disease or celiac disease, may also struggle with absorbing enough magnesium through food alone. Additionally, the kidneys naturally lose some ability to conserve magnesium as we age, increasing the risk of deficiency even when dietary intake seems adequate. This means that older adults often need to be more proactive in ensuring they get enough magnesium from their daily meals. Magnesium helps regulate nerve signals and the movement of calcium and potassium across cell membranes. These processes are essential for muscle contractions to be smooth and controlled rather than erratic or spasmodic. When magnesium is low, calcium can flood into the muscle cells and overstimulate them, leading to cramps. This imbalance is even more problematic at night when blood circulation slows and muscles are not being actively used. The lack of movement, combined with poor mineral balance, creates the perfect condition for leg cramps to occur. Ensuring sufficient magnesium intake is one of the most effective ways to support calm, relaxed muscles and uninterrupted rest. A diet rich in magnesium can significantly reduce the frequency and severity of leg cramps. Some of the best dietary sources of magnesium include dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, which also provide a variety of other minerals and antioxidants. Nuts and seeds, especially almonds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds, are also excellent sources and make convenient snacks. Whole grains such as brown rice, oats, and quinoa add magnesium along with fiber and other essential nutrients. Legumes like black beans, lentils, and chickpeas provide both magnesium and plant-based protein, supporting overall muscle repair and function. Fatty fish such as salmon and mackerel not only contain magnesium, but also offer omega-3 fatty acids, which can help reduce inflammation that might contribute to muscle stiffness or cramping. Bananas, avocados, and dark chocolate are additional magnesium-rich foods that are enjoyable and easy to incorporate into any diet. For those who find it difficult to consume enough of these foods, magnesium can also be absorbed through the skin via Epsom salt baths, which provide both muscle relaxation and stress relief. This can be a gentle and soothing solution, especially for seniors who have digestive issues or trouble swallowing supplements. Maintaining healthy magnesium levels is not just about avoiding cramps. It's about supporting a whole range of bodily functions, from heart rhythm to energy production to bone health. For seniors, a consistent intake of magnesium-rich foods can enhance not only physical comfort, but also quality of life. It's also important to balance magnesium with other electrolytes like calcium and potassium, as they all work together to maintain muscle function. Drinking plenty of water helps these minerals circulate effectively through the body, maximizing their cramp-preventing benefits. Making magnesium a regular part of one's diet can lead to noticeable improvements in muscle ease, nighttime comfort, and overall vitality. Calcium is a key mineral that plays a major role in the health and function of muscles, nerves, and bones, and it becomes increasingly important as people age. For seniors, ensuring an adequate intake of calcium can help reduce the frequency and severity of leg cramps, particularly those that occur during rest or sleep. Calcium is essential for initiating muscle contractions. It acts like a switch, allowing the muscles to tighten and then relax once the job is done. However, when there's not enough calcium available, muscles may contract but struggle to relax properly, which can lead to painful spasms or cramps that strike suddenly, often during the night. This is especially problematic for seniors who may already have trouble sleeping due to other age-related issues. The importance of calcium in muscle and nerve function cannot be overstated. Every time a muscle fiber contracts, calcium is released within the muscle cells to trigger that action. After the contraction, calcium is then absorbed back into the storage areas of the cell so the muscle can relax. If there's a deficiency, the process becomes inefficient and the muscle may remain in a state of partial contraction, causing cramping. This physiological process happens countless times a day in the body, but when calcium is insufficient, it becomes disrupted. Seniors are more prone to this because as they age, their bodies become less efficient at absorbing calcium from food, especially if their vitamin D levels are low, which is also common in older adults. In addition to its role in muscle function, calcium helps maintain the electrical signaling between the brain and the muscles. If that communication becomes faulty, muscles may misfire or react unpredictably, further contributing to the development of cramps. For seniors who may be dealing with a decrease in physical activity, poor circulation, and reduced hydration, the added complication of low calcium can compound the issue. Leg cramps, in particular, are often tied to calcium deficiency because the legs contain large muscle groups that are in frequent use, and they are most vulnerable when circulation slows during the night. Calcium is also closely linked with other electrolytes such as magnesium, potassium, and sodium. These minerals work together to keep the muscles and nerves functioning smoothly. When calcium is lacking, the balance between these other minerals is thrown off, which can further increase the chances of experiencing cramps. Seniors who consume diets low in dairy or fortified foods may find themselves particularly at risk. Lactose intolerance, common among older adults, can also lead to reduced calcium intake. For this reason, non-dairy calcium sources become essential. Leafy green vegetables such as kale, broccoli, and bok choy provide calcium in a plant-based form. Tofu, almonds, and fortified plant-based milks like almond, soy, or oat milk are also good options. For those who can tolerate dairy, foods like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources of calcium and also often contain vitamin D, which enhances calcium absorption. Sardines and canned salmon with bones are not only high in calcium, but also rich in omega-3 fats and protein, providing a multi-nutrient boost. It's important to spread calcium intake throughout the day rather than consuming it all at once. This helps the body absorb and use the mineral more effectively. Small portions of calcium-rich foods with each meal can go a long way toward building a steady supply in the bloodstream, reducing the chances of nighttime cramps. In some cases, a doctor may recommend calcium supplements, particularly for seniors who have trouble meeting their needs through diet alone. However, supplements should be taken cautiously and under medical supervision. as excessive calcium can lead to other health problems, including kidney stones. The best approach is usually a balanced diet that includes a variety of calcium-rich foods, supported by adequate hydration and regular movement, all of which help prevent the conditions that lead to leg cramps. By giving the body the calcium it needs, muscles are more likely to function smoothly, nerves communicate more effectively, and sleep becomes more restful and uninterrupted.